Hello, ladies, and welcome to the Menopause Made Easy podcast with Tanya, where if you implement all of the skills that I am sharing with you in this podcast and join me in my Vibrant Living Academy, you will transform your life step by step by step by step. And today we are going into part 3 of willpower and weight loss. It'll be the final episode in this series. Okay, so if you haven't listened to the other 2 episodes, you can go back. I'm not going to do a recap of what willpower is. We're just going to jump into what we need to do to have a better approach to losing weight. Okay, so we've learned from research that willpower will only take us so far and that you have a limited supply of it. Okay, don't force yourself to resist something decadent and healthy. Instead, choose healthier substitutes, foods that you enjoy and that are better for you, but still offer pleasure, right? And so that may sound like, well, that's a no-brainer, but how do I do that? And that is when we rewire our brains. And again, I talk about this in my Vibrant Living programs of rewiring your mindset and Willpower Series. You can check out vibrantlivingwithtanya.com and hop in there. All right, so last week we talked about sleep. The quality of your sleep is going to help improve willpower, decreasing and having the skills that you need for stress reduction, having structure and consistency, prioritizing yourself. And these are all things that are going to give you long-lasting weight change, because weight loss, this might be a mind blow here, but is not about food, exercise, or willpower. It comes down to your habits and the reason why you do what you do. And we need to develop those skills and tools so that you can navigate all of the situations. Okay, so remember Penny from episode number 1. So you need a goal. We've talked about SMART goals. I have a whole section in my Vibrant Living podcast about how to do that, how to actually do it. Set a SMART goal: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound, right? When you set SMART goals, you automatically increase your chances of achieving it because you have clarity around what you're working towards. And your goal must be meaningful to you, not to anybody else, all right? So if you have set a goal that means nothing to you, that you haven't attached a massive why to, you won't be bothered to turn up for it and it won't work. And so how can we set a goal? I go over all of that in my mindset course in my Vibrant Living Academy. All right. And we must stop comparing ourselves to other people and really tap into what is my goal. And then along with that goal, you need to have a really strong why. Why do you want to achieve it? Why do you want to lose weight and change your body shape? Okay. Why? What is the driving force that will keep you taking action to move you forward towards your goal, even when you don't feel like doing it? And this is why we must have skills that come from our, what can we do when we are not motivated? Okay. So if you have a habit, or sorry, a goal that's realistic, and then you have a very strong why, and you keep taking daily consistent action, you keep progressing despite what's going on around you, because there is stuff that's always going to go on around you, always. And listen, if social situations are throwing you off, which I hear all the time from people, that is a skill that you need to work on. Why would you abandon everything? Okay, and I see this. Everybody lets go of their exercise program. They let go of all their eating habits. You can be a healthy, happy eater and still exercise and have a social life. All right, my clients do it. I do it. So what are the skills that you need? Right? And a stronger why is much more important than willpower. And as I mentioned, your why is going to keep you going when things get tough. And it'll push you to find solutions when all you may see are obstacles. And it'll keep you going when all you want to do is give up. Okay. And if you haven't found out your why, then talk to me, right? Let's set up a consultation and nail down your why so that you can, just get on instead of going around and around and around and around in circles. I did this in episode 1. We've got to stop reaching for the shiny stars. And there's a lot of quick fixes out there. There's a lot of false promises. They don't work, but they're amazing because they play on your brain. They play on your brain. And so you have to understand how your brain works. And I talk about ego. I talk about familiar pain versus unfamiliar pleasure. When you root that into you, when you keep hearing it, when you keep hearing my voice, you start to see things differently. And you cannot change until you are open and curious and expansive about seeing things differently. Okay. And willpower and diets go hand in hand, because diets are restrictive and they make you follow rules, right? And you have to have, like, you got to dig deep. You got to use everything you've got to follow them, and not just follow them for 3 weeks or a month or 3 months, but forever. So is it sustainable? Okay, diets do not work long time. They don't. I'll stand by that. People regain the weight. Watch The Biggest Loser. See what happened. The studies are amazing that came out of that. They messed up their metabolism for years. If you want to keep doing that, go right ahead. You're not my person anyway. I want the person that is willing to want to have fun, go on a journey, and make small, simple shifts daily, weekly, that add up over time. And I just had a chat with my client the other day, and she said, Tanya, I used to hate exercising. I didn't want to exercise at all. And I just, oh my God, I had all the wrong reasons of why I was exercising. And then I met you, and we've been exercising. And now she's part of my classes. We do personal training. She's working out on her own, and she loves exercising. It makes her feel great. She's happier. She's making better decisions. Okay. She didn't do it overnight, right? It's not like she went from hating workouts to loving workouts, from doing the minimal to doing what she's doing now. It's a progression. It is a sustainable habit. You've got to find where you are now and do the next simple thing to get there, so that your brain doesn't talk you out of it. All right. And so research proves over and over and over again, what works is taking a more relaxed approach with your eating, to focus on good nutrition. This is what I'm working with some of my clients as well. Nutrient choices over calories, and that will help you get results faster. Okay. And it's important to be flexible with your eating and allow yourself. One of my clients was just amazed that she really likes this ice cream, this ice pop. And I said, all we did was tweak when she ate it, and she still gets to eat it, and she's really happy, because I don't do restriction. It's not going to last. I don't do dieting and deprivation, and I still eat all the things I love eating. I just eat them differently, and I tweak them. All right. So again, that is sustainable for me. You are still going to eat out with your friends and families. No food is off limit. Okay. That is a very diet mindset. So when you ditch the diet mindset, you become more relaxed around food. You learn how to trust yourself. You learn how to be consistent with healthier eating. And that means you're going to stay on track longer, because you're not using self-control and willpower to force you into something. Like I mentioned last week, we have to drop perfectionism. Okay. Perfectionists and procrastinators often use willpower, because they believe that in order to achieve anything, they must get it right. It must be perfect. There must be no mistake. And people struggle with this habit. Use willpower as a way to control their environment, as a way to achieve perfection. And then if you fall off the wagon, or if you go off track, you're not disciplined. And again, your willpower is at an all-time low. And we talked last week about some ways to increase the willpower muscle with doing some exercises, sleeping habits, managing your stress. Okay. So, what can we do? So what can we do? I said this a gazillion times by now, but the only way you can change your habits and recharge your willpower on a regular basis is through increased awareness, which is the first step of everything I teach. Okay. Structure. That's why having my programs gives you structure, and you stay focused. and accountability, which is why if you do join my Midlife Reboot program, you have weekly live coaching calls with me where you can talk to me in person. And those, the Midlife Reboot is in my, in the show notes, or you can do private coaching, which is what some people do. So when you increase your awareness, it means understanding and questioning your choices, your habits, your behaviors, and that you are responsible for your current situation and the outcome. It means you are willing to take responsibility, and you are going to increase your awareness, because awareness cures, and you're going to become curious and compassionate, and you're going to have the courage to take the next step. It means that you're going to collect data on where you are, why you do it, so that you can start to identify patterns of your behavior that help support your goals. Okay, so you're going to find out your triggers, what's supporting you, what's not, what thoughts are helpful, what's not. Okay, and then you need a structured approach or an action plan so that you are able to confront your fears and work on your habits one at a time. One at a time. And when you hear my voice day after day, hour after hour, you begin to rewire. You begin to reduce the fears. You begin to step into your new identity of somebody who can, with habits that support you. Okay, and you get that accountability. I am holding your hand. I am helping you take action, right? And I will lift you up and motivate, like I hopefully do in this podcast. I lift you up, I motivate, I inspire you. I cannot tell you how many people are like, Tanya, oh my gosh, you inspire me, right? And so can you imagine what we're doing inside my programs and the transformation that can happen if you allow yourself the gift to invest in your health and improve it? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the more you build your habits, the more your willpower grows. And again, it's not the only tool. So in my Vibrant Living Academy, okay, I have all of this that I have been doing for years. It's accessible for you for 24/7. You just go in, you do it when you want. All right. If you are needing a little more support or a lot more support, that's where I have my Midlife Reboot program, which is going to give you access to me in our weekly group coaching live calls, and we really have fun. I cannot tell you. So it depends. Where do you want to start? You can dip your toes in to either program. You can jump right in. You decide. And again, by all means, I am here if you need some help. Okay, so chat with me. I don't bite. Ruff, ruff, ruff. I don't bite. My only goal is to make your life better. That's it. I want you to feel amazing, to be vibrant, to be energetic, to flow in this life, and to be mentally, physically, emotionally at your very best for where you are. It does not mean perfection. Okay, it means that you are willing to be passionate and compassionate and curious and courageous and invest in your health so that you can thrive and do it, whatever it is you want to do, for years and years and years and years to come. Okay, it doesn't matter what age you are. We all are in a transformation. I'm still transforming. Okay, I am going to get better, and I'm going to keep sharing it with you, what I'm doing. Through my structured approach, okay, I will guide you. You will have me holding your hand, and I will help you change the habits you need to help. I will keep you accountable to stick with the program, depending on which plan you decide to go with me. I'm going to help you develop the skills and the tools that you need to navigate all situations so that you don't have to live in a cave. Okay, and you're not going to have to do it with willpower, self-control, berating yourself. You are going to free yourself from all of that and more. All right, so willpower will only take you so far. We've talked about what willpower is. We've talked about what it isn't. We've talked about that it's a tool in your toolbox. We've talked about how certain things can help recharge your willpower. Okay, You are learning to become more aware. You're learning that you are a product of your habits. You are learning that you take responsibility 100% for where you are today, and stop blaming everything else around you. You are responsible. I am responsible. That was a big pill to swallow because I wanted to blame everything. It is much easier to blame than take full responsibility. But when you do, you are empowered. You are empowered. Your health is in your hands. That's it. Okay. So how can you take small steps so that changing how you eat, how you move, how you think isn't so daunting? Okay. You don't have to give anything up 100%. Okay. It is about what can you consistently do? How can you tweak back? How can you shift slowly? How can you make small substitutes? How can you begin to change so that you're eating a menopausal plate? How can you move your body in a balanced way? Okay, we don't want to do anything big overnight. We don't want big changes. They will not last. All right. And what we want to do is take these habits, some of them that I have shared with you over this 3-part series, is we want them to become a part of your life. And then we make another tiny change and another tiny change. And we're not using a lot of willpower to make these changes. Okay. They're like, oh, I can do that. And if it's like, I can't do that, we make it smaller. We make it smaller until you can make the changes that you need for sustainable weight loss, fat loss, whatever health goal you want, more energy. Okay. So don't depend on willpower, but take small, sustainable steps towards changing your eating habits, your movement habits, your thinking habits. And over time, your body will go where it needs to go. And you need to make these goals small enough so that they don't require major feats of willpower. They need to fit into your lifestyle so that they become sustainable. That's when you get long-term change. Okay, that's when you get long-term results. And I know, because I have been doing this for over 3 decades, that what I share with you in my Vibrant Living Academy is what I did. It's exactly what I did to rewire my brain, to change my mindset, to start to shift my habits. I fought it for a long time, okay, with willpower and self-control. So I'm coming from my heart and I'm speaking to you that your life can be better. Are you afraid? Yes, that's okay. It's totally okay. Do it anyway. That's how we do things. Motivation is doing it anyway. It's not going to come. You have to step into your fear. You have to just do it. And it's about, with me, doing it sustainably. I'm not going to do a quick fix. I'm not going to torture you. I'm going to lovingly embrace you in my arms and guide you to the most vibrant health that you want over time, not tomorrow, over time. But it takes you taking the first step today to change your life. So I hope that this series has been motivational for you, inspirational, educational, empowering, and that you can take the next step towards getting what you want. And I really hope to see you inside my Vibrant Living Academy. I really hope, or even my Midlife Reboot program. One of those things. I hope that you will embrace this adventure and have me on this ride with you. And please, as always, ladies, from my heart to your heart, if you could subscribe, share, leave a comment, that would be fabulous, because that's how people find me. And I have such, oh my gosh, passion, compassion to help women thrive in their lives. Okay. And so I'm just being authentic and real and vulnerable, and I'm just me to you. So thank you for helping me out and sharing me. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And I will leave my Vibrant Living Academy and Midlife Reboot links in the show notes below. Hugs.